For more information on today's program, contact Erica Taylor Montgomery at threegirlsmedia.com. Now, back to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy, on the Bay Area's business leader, AM 1220 KDOW.
Thanks so much for joining me today. Welcome back to Punch, Media and Marketing Made Easy on 1220 AM KDOW, the Wall Street Business Network. I'm your host, Erica Taylor Montgomery, and today's show is all about helping you make more money. Our first topic is generating revenue in today's economy, and if you have any questions about this, it is a great time to call us live at 800-516-1220. That's 800-516-1220. Our guest is Tony Wilkins of TCS Inc., and you can find Tony online on his radio show. Simply go to blogtalkradio.com/Tony Wilkins. That's blogtalkradio.com/Tony Wilkins. So Tony, before the break, we were talking about the wonderful website Elance, where you can get some freelance jobs to increase your revenue. Do you have a couple of other suggestions for great ways that our listeners can generate revenue in today's economy?
Yeah, actually, Elance is my top pick. I also like freelancer.com. That's freelancer.com, and Guru, GURU.com. Those are 3 different websites. And by the way, there are thousands of freelance websites for just about any occupation that's out there, including legal work. You want to do that online. All you have to do is go to Google and type in freelance websites, and you'll see thousands and thousands of websites that you can register with. One of the things that I always teach in my workshops is to teach what you know. So, for example, because my background happens to be in business development, including telemarketing, marketing, sales techniques, etc., I teach workshops on a regular basis, and I make pretty good money doing it. So one thing that you may want to do is partner with maybe an office space organization like Intelligent.com or Intelligent San Francisco. There are Intelligent offices pretty much all over the United States and Canada. But partner with them to set up a workshop. And what I like to tell people is figure out what information that you can share with other people. Doesn't matter if you haven't been, at your profession very long. Some people, have come to me and said, well, I've been a telemarketer for, a year. What can I share to other people? Well, there's usually information that everybody has that they can share with other people. So make a list of what information, what's your topic, and what information is going to be valuable to your listener. What do they want to know? And people will pay you for that. What I also find is that once people come to my workshops, they usually will hire me as a consultant. So I'm getting paid a couple of different ways. Not only people attending the workshop, but also from consulting. And from time to time, I'll sell my books, so I'll get paid when I'm selling my books right there at the workshop. So there are several ways that you can get paid just by teaching.
That's phenomenal. And I'm guessing that you could do that as a speaker. Somebody could hire you out as a speaker to go talk about those subjects. Or you could also find places where you can use your expertise in writing and do things like maybe writing for newspapers or magazines or online websites. What recommendations do you have about writing your expertise?
Well, going back to the Elance website, Elance is another one of those where it's sort of a one-stop shop where you can go there, you can register for writing assignments, and, it really depends on what kind of budget that they have. But essentially, they'll tell you, well, this is a short-term assignment, this is what we need, and when we need it, you bid on it, and then, you get assignments. There are all sorts of magazines that you can check out. I always recommend to people that they go to the Writer's Market where they get a copy of the Writer's Market. which you can get at any library, but I highly recommend that you go out and actually spend the $25 or so to get your own copy, because it's invaluable.
And what's it called again?
The Writer's Market. Writer's Market is essentially, it's a directory of writing assignments. It tells you if you're going to publish a book. It tells you who the top agents and publishers are. If you're looking for to write articles, it tells you which magazines and online magazines are looking for writers, how much they pay, what type of assignments they're looking for, how to submit information to them, and when their deadline is. So anything to do with making money as a writer, the Writer's Market is the directory. It is the single most important piece of literature that you can have as a writer.
Phenomenal.
As you can hear, my voice is going in and out. So
yeah, no worries. We can hear you just fine. And I'm sorry you're hoarse this morning, but your show yesterday must have been great.
It was an amazing show, and every show that I do is terrific. But my allergies kick up from time to time, and I start sounding like Brenda Vaccaro, but what are you going to do?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, good news that we can hear you just fine. So we'll work through it. So Tony, one of the things that I think a lot of people have trouble with, in terms of being a small business owner or entrepreneur, is actually closing the deal. A lot of people are able to find leads and maybe go to networking events and meet people. But when it comes to actually closing that sale and getting the money in the door, that really seems to be a challenge for a lot of people. So do you have some suggestions for how people can successfully close a deal in a short period of time, like 30 to 60 days?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things that I always tell people is that you sell from the need instead of selling from price. So, for example, most people do the faster, cheaper, better sales approach. We have the best, whatever it is. There's nobody that can beat our prices. Well, here's the thing. If you're looking to keep long-term customers, the thing that you want to do is you want to be sort of indispensable to them. So you want to sell from need. What is it that they need, and then sell from that. So the only way you can sell from need is by asking probing questions. So I always recommend that you start by just kind of interviewing the prospect. What are you currently doing? Who are you currently using? Will you be making a purchasing decision within the next 1 to 3 months? Do you have a budget? Would you be open to getting a proposal? By the way, you never, ever ask if somebody's interested in a proposal. You always ask if they're open, because psychologically it's harder for them to say, no, I'm not. You see the difference?
Yes.
If you ask enough questions, what happens psychologically is that the prospect, starts to sell themselves on the idea of doing business with you, as opposed to, you trying to sell them. If you try and sell them, what happens is that, they may purchase from you. It may be a one-time thing, but then, when it comes time to re-up, they'll start shopping around. So, and a lot of times they'll go for cheaper. Cheaper isn't always better, but that's, the way that people are.
Sure.
So that's the reason why you sell from the need. What is it that you need? And then let me sell you what you need, as opposed to something that you want.
That makes perfect sense.
Okay. The other thing that I always recommend is that particularly with those people that are kind of on the fence as far as doing business with you, ask them, what can I do to get your business? Just ask them the question.
Flat out.
What can I do to get your business? They'll tell you. The other thing you want to do is ask, with whoever you're currently doing business with, are there any problem areas? Sometimes we get so fixated on selling, we make the same mistakes as the vendor that they just stopped doing business with. So you want to find out what were there any problem areas with your current vendor? What would make you switch vendors? And how can we get your business?
I think that's a great question, and one that I think very, very few small business owners currently ask. Tony, thank you so much for being a guest on the show today. Unfortunately, we're out of time, but I do want to make sure that people know how to reach you. What is the best way to get a hold of you if people would like more information on your workshops or about generating revenue in today's economy?
Well, there are two ways. You can go to my website. It's Business Development Solutions, INTL.com. You can also go to my show's website, and that's blogtalkradio.com /Tony Wilkins. That's WILKINS, and that's Tony with Y, not an I.
Terrific. Tony, thank you so much. You provided some fabulous information, and I hope your voice gets better very soon.
I hope so, too. I'm sorry it wasn't better for you. So, but,
no worries.
I hope the information was useful.
It was terrific. Thank you so much.
All right. Thanks again.
Absolutely. All right. When we come back from the break, we're going to continue our theme of helping you make money today by talking about how you can profit online. That's coming up on Punch Media and Marketing Made Easy on 1220 AM KDOW. I'm your host, Erica Taylor Montgomery, and we'll be right back after the break.